Howdy. For those who have noticed or complained that I haven't reviewed a Trax figure yet, here's a video I'm sure you've all been waiting for. Instead of a Corvette, Turbo Trax is, well, more of a generic sports car this time around. It's still fairly sleek, and the front is long enough to form the legs, so it's like a Corvette, I guess. Of course, this really wouldn't be Trax without the iconic red and yellow flames on the hood. Some have complained about this tribal deco merely because they're not the 80s style flames. Personally, I don't mind this deco. I mean, this is an updated version of Trax. Some things are going to be different. Though the car holds together reasonably well, it doesn't look it, does it? I mean, the rear section doesn't seem to peg in all the way. Everyone has this issue, and nothing anyone does seems to work. Well, I guess the most experienced kit bashers will have a crack at this. Believe it or not, Trax actually retains his flight mode. This isn't a fan creation or anything, though it might as well have been because, like most third modes, it's weak. But hey, at least they didn't focus the entire design around it. Some reviewers actually suggest doing this. If the arms could tuck in a little bit more, this would actually look pretty good. But as it stands, it's nothing to get excited about. The recolor and retool Generations Wheeljack adds a spoiler and a new bumper, and suddenly it resembles a Lancia Stratos. Seriously, with these changes, I think the car mode works a lot better for Wheeljack than it does for Trax. The transformation is very G1 accurate. I'm getting tired of saying that. But it's also one of those that can go one of two ways. The Wheeljack retool has the hood of the car facing the front. With Trax, you rotate the waist. Hopefully these alternate transformations will continue. How could you mistake this guy for anybody but Trax? He has the head sculpt, red face, shoulder wheel wings, roof chest, shoulder missiles. It's all there. And yet, With a lot of remolding, this mode also works for Wheeljack. Amazing. Sadly, stock photos don't do this figure any favours. Whilst he may look fat at first, you can see that the roof chest almost covers his waist, and from the front most of his backpack is visible. That's what creates this illusion, whereas in person, he's actually well proportioned. He's also very articulate. If you raise the roof slightly, you can even free his waist. Unfortunately, quality control strikes again, as a lot of joints on this figure are really loose, especially the ankles. So is the Automorph, which, as nice as it is, does not take much effort to activate. Now, the ball joints are fixable, but they shouldn't have to be fixed. Interestingly, the rub sign on his chest is off-center for some reason, which the United version fixes by printing an Autobot symbol smack dab in the middle. But this isn't so much a flaw as it is an oddity. Finally, Trax is one of those figures that comes with clip-on weapons, meaning he can share the weapons of figures such as Jazz, and vice versa. Yeah, it looks silly, I know, but that's where the fun lies. With Wheeljack, the handheld weapon will become the shoulder gun, whilst the C-clips on the rockets will act as wrenches. Gotta love Hasbro at times. Even with the iffy quality control, this is the Trax figure that fans have longed for since Classics first came out, and as long as you're willing to fix most of its problems, you're good to go. Next, I'm reviewing another LEGO Technic model. You sensing a pattern here?